Hey y'all, it's your girl Allie. Welcome to I Am Mused Gemini. Okay, y'all, so I just decided this like a little late night story time, and it's kind of like informative video. If y'all check out Infinitely Mused, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like a video about the connection with the finance read, right? I just had like a little epiphany today, so I just wanted to kind of share, because so maybe this will help somebody, you know what I'm saying. But the video, y'all, the story time is going to be about assisted living, like DSW work, SEAL work, you know what I'm saying. DSW is direct support worker, or SEAL is supervised independent living work. So, in the South, we have a lot of those type of assisted living programs for like elderly, for disability people. We got a lot down here, you know what I'm saying. But like it was like two major ones for the longest. And y'all, I'ma just say ocrA, and then we're gonna say B.G Cooley, you know what I'm saying, because I don't got no time for nobody to be trying to do no stuff, right? So y'all check out the title, you know what I'm saying, in the description, and you can follow me. All right, y'all, so I wanted to hit on this because like I said, I had an epiphany. I hope I can get everything I want to get in, because I ain't trying to make this no more than like 30 minutes or whatever, maybe 40 at the most. But and the last week's finance read on Infinitely Mused, and y'all don't forget to hit the purple dot if you go check that out, so you can be energetic connected to the channel, so you can get some good reads, good information and stuff like that. Everything's all about living your best life and not going back and forth for no. Hey, I just had to say that, y'all. Okay, y'all. So today I had like a little epiphany, because like in the finance read, I was like a Trump supporter is going to lose their daycare, right? Didn't think nothing of it. I went through this little situation. Y'all know your girl looking for like daytime work. So your girl been on Indeed like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying. Your girl trying to get tapped in the daytime, trying to get it out the mud, make that paper. All right, y'all. So your girl been going through that process, and I actually had got hired somewhere. But I'm gonna tell you, I didn't take the job. Y'all. I literally went like through the y'all know what DSW works, CNA works, stuff like that. You have to take those 16-hour classes, you know what I'm saying, 2 8-hour day classes, right? So I actually was probably, if I would have stayed, I would have finished, but like a couple of days ago, but it was just a little bit much. So I decided in that moment I didn't want it, but I knew today why I went through that process, because I'm like, these people ain't wasting my fucking time, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna read them. So but it was a message in that, you know what I'm saying. So it's a message in like that for companies that deal with assisted living, and it's a message for like workers that actually do those jobs, and then even maybe clients or client families, right? I'm gonna try to break it down real quick and easy. It was just some things that was brought to my attention that, like I said, could be helpful to other people just in general, you know what I'm saying. If you do that type of work, you know what I'm saying, you can probably get something out of this, you know what I'm saying. And y'all, make sure y'all check out the finance reads for last week and this week. Well, last week reads, I can't even think, but I know, because I just got through doing the 26th through the 31st, I think, like that. So the week before that, you know what I'm saying, check them 2 reads out. The last 2 weeks of January, check those reads out, and it kind of probably can resonate with if you do DSW work or SEAL work, CNA work, anything like that, or you work in those type of companies. You might have some issues in those reads. But anyway, y'all, Infinitely Mused, make sure you hit that purple dot. But anyway, the company that I'm talking about, y'all, is, I'm just going to call them ocrA. That's what I'm going to call them. Check out the title, y'all. So I had wrote like some little things that I just wanted to hit, because I wanted to hit on a couple of things, and I didn't want to really miss nothing. But yeah, I wanted to hit on the hiring prices, y'all, because I'm gonna just say like this: it's 2026. when you got a 1950s hiring process, you're going to fail every time. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of us ain't fits to deal with certain stuff, especially when we're a little bit upper in age. And then a lot of us ain't gonna deal with certain stuff because, you know what I'm saying, we just ain't gonna do it. We weren't raised in that era to even have to deal with that type of stuff. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, hopefully this gonna help, you know, some people out there that's in this work field, right? So I just wanted to talk about the hiring process, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, I'm going to read them a little bit because I feel like they wasted my time, you know what I'm saying, and not only my time, a lot of people's time, you know what I'm saying, because it's foolishness, you know what I'm saying. You wasted a couple of days of my time, so I'm going to read the hiring process. So first of all, for this company, ocrA, you have to do a online application. So you do the online application, everything good, they call you, you know. Well, no, what it was with this particular company, they was doing online applications, and then after you finish the application, they'll send you an email saying that they're doing open interviews on a certain day. So, you know, me, your girl, shit, baby, I ain't never scared to work, you feel me? I like some paper in my pocket, you feel me? So I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just go to the open interview. So I go to the open interview, I get there, they want you to do a paper application. Well, damn, you got it on the computer, but okay. So you do the paper application. So mine, just about 2 or 3 other females sitting in the lobby, which I guess they had already did this, and it was like 2 other females, and I came. So it was like a 3-section thing. So we doing our application again. So then when you get through with that, you know, you wait to talk to have an interview. When you get in the interview room, instead of them like knowing like what you, can you tell us about your work? Well, damn. Okay. So anyway, you get through that process. If they feel like you might, you know, they're gonna get through you a couple of schedules, and then even think about that. It ain't like no full-time work. It's unless it's some fucked up hours. It's more like weekend work, 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Part-time shit, right? But you know us, we gonna make some shit work. You feel me? So I hear a schedule that I'm like, okay, I can make that work. And then, you know, so they like, okay, cool. So you have to go to another interview, right? So they're going to send you to somebody else, I guess maybe a little bit higher up, to interview you again. So you sit there, this is going to probably take about 20, 30 more minutes, asking you the same questions that the first person that asked you, but a little bit more in depth, you know what I'm saying? So like, cool. So it's like, okay, we got somebody, you know, you want to do an observation. Now, y'all, mind you, I done did DSW work before. I done took the courses or whatever. I have never in my life did an observation of a, I know observations when you observe someone, just in general, but I've never had to do that for a company. So I'm like, what, you know, what's that? Now, I know what it is, but I'm like, I ain't never did it through a company. And so it's like, yeah, that's when you meet the patient or the clients and see if you feel like it's a fit. Now I'm like, cool. I'm doing. I said, well, how long do that last? 30 minutes or whatever, something like that. I'm like, cool, I can do that. Well, in my mind, I was like, damn, I ain't even hired yet, and I get to meet a client. I thought HIPAA like a motherfucker, but maybe I'm tripping. Because I'm like, okay, I ain't even hired, and you let me meet. Okay, but hey, that ain't none of my business. So I go meet the client, and I'm like, okay, it's something, you know, I feel like I can push through and do. Now, mind you, in the interview, they asked me, did I mind a smoking client? I was like, I prefer non-smoking because your girl don't smoke. But I'm like, I can, you know, do it if it's like, you know, I can do it, right? But in my mind, for some reason, y'all, I was thinking like maybe the person stayed with somebody and they smoke. I wasn't really thinking of the client might literally smoke. The client literally smoke. Smoke. You feel me? So, but you know, that's in hindsight. So I'm like, okay. And that's one thing that kind of bothered me when I thought about it. I'm going to get to it, y'all, because it's a lesson in this. It's some shit for you to think about. So I meet the person. I'm like, okay, cool. I could do it. You know what I'm saying? No problem. You know, only thing that was kind of would bother me a little bit at that point was like I said, I might have to go out and get some air because it was a little bit thick. But anything other than that, yeah, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? So now we go to the you know, I think y'all a good fit too, so I gotta go get the drug test, right? So they like, go back to the ocrA and get your drug test paper so you can go take it today. I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't got no problem with that, baby. No worries over here, right? So, and mind y'all, I was sick when I had did this. So, I go get the paper and I go to take the drug test. I ain't never in my freaking life go to take a drug test. You know, usually you urine now. I done took probably 5-6 drug tests in my life for employment. And like all those times, I think one time I had to take like the hair test, and I'm like, ooh, I'm glad that's when I was doing my little you know, the little sewing where my regular hair was out, because I'm like, oh baby, I was going to pop this up or something. But yeah, but that's the only time. All the other ones you just pee in a cup. So I get there and he's like, blow in this thing, and I'm like, so y'all, he had the thing and he's like, just blow on the little, like up to the scrub. So I'm like doing this. He like, no, put your lip in it on it and blow, because I ain't never had to do it as a breathalyzer thing. So was somebody drinking on the job or something? Cause I'm like, when the hell they done ever did? I ain't never did no shit like that. So I'm like, ooh, it's giving lawsuit type energy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause baby, what they do that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just thought, but maybe they was, I don't know if they was just doing that to, you know what I'm saying, or just in general, you know what I'm saying, but that was a new one. So I'm like, okay, but I ain't had, you know, I ain't like a girl be taking no swigs and nothing like that, so we're good. So then y'all, you know, I'm like, he giving my paperwork. He's like, I was like, do I need to take it anyway? He's like, no, you good. So like, it's gonna take about 2 days for the shit to come back. You know what I'm saying? If you good. And if it take more than 2 days, you know it. Ain't nobody called you. Your shit probably came back dirty. You know what I'm saying? But I'm already knowing my shit straight. So like 2 days later, they called me like, everything cool. You know what I'm saying? We want you to come up here to do a background and your onboarding. So I'm like, cool. So they called me like 1 o'clock in the evening, y'all. It was like, well, you can come right now or you could come tomorrow. Well, in my mind, if you just, it's like, I'm thinking maybe you just want to come get some paperwork or something like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. In about another hour, so I'm going to get out anyway to go get me something to eat. So I'm going to just, you know, stop by there and probably get the paperwork and then go get me something to eat, right? So I go, and it was like a blank trip. She was like going, looking at the computers. Oh, she was like, oh, we got everything. We don't need anything. Sorry about the blank trip. So I'm like, okay. She's like, but in the morning you can come. We're going to start your onboarding. So y'all know, I ain't never heard of the, you know, everybody, you know, call things different. So I'm like, what is onboarding? Because I'm trying to, you know, most people say, you know, we're going to go to we're going to start the DSW classes or whatever, right? So anyway, she like, well, basically you get on the computer and you just do tests and watch videos. Okay, for like it's gonna take you like 2 days. So I already know what you're talking about. You talking about the DSW classes will take 8 hours for 2 days, right? Boom. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I ain't never did these tests. Now I did for 2 different companies and they did the same way, and it was the same information. So even with that, y'all, stay with me now. So even with that, I'm like, get on the computer. So mind y'all, everybody's not computer literate, right? And see, even me, I had to take 2 computer classes to get me where I know how to do like the basic, because I'm like, you know, everything was going, you know, beginning to be computerized. When I went to school, everything was paper, pen, you know what I'm saying? Now everything is computerized, you know what I'm saying? So I had to learn it. But everybody ain't did that, you know what I'm saying? So you're putting, I'm just gonna, you know, say this. When you put in somebody, it ain't that people can't do the job, but everybody's not computer literate. I'm just gonna keep it like that. You feel me? If you get what I'm saying. So you know, so the next day, you know, she told me to come in the morning. So my thought process is like, I assume they open for 9 for whatever reason, maybe because that's when I usually go to my jobs that I work. So I assume if they open for 9, I'm gonna give them a little time to open up, you know what I'm saying, because I can tell they a little short-handed and shit. And I'm like, you know, just let them get some of their stuff so it'll run smooth. So I'm like, I'm gonna come for 10. 8:45, I get a phone call. Oh, I was just seeing if you was gonna do your own board today. Huh? Yeah, it was for 8:30. I said, well, yeah, I was coming for 10. No, the 10 is too late. We started 8:30. Well, I said, well, I think we had a miscommunication because I thought I was just supposed to come in the morning, right? So she was like, well, can you come for 9 o'clock? Y'all, it's 8:45. I said, no. I'm literally just getting up, right, to go for 10. So I was like, no, I can't do that. She was like, well, can you come tomorrow? I already had something planned for tomorrow, right? So I'm like, I could do it Thursday and Friday. So she asked the supervisor, and she was like, I overheard say, no, we don't do it like that. Well, she said, well, no, can you just come in next week, Monday for 8:30? I said, yes. Mind you, if when I went, the lady told me just come in the morning for 8:30, guess what? I would have been there for 8:30, because guess what? The next Monday, I was there for 8:30. So I get there for 8:30 the next Monday. I'm waiting an hour before I get called, right? It's 9:30. I go in the office. Oh, we still got a couple more things. And y'all know if you do DSW work, they have to get your insurance and stuff like that. And then they didn't set up the payroll. So we got my, pictures and stuff from my insurance. And then we went, she gave me a link to do my payroll. And then I never did this. Before I even know like what my pay is or whatever the fuck, you throw 3 valid do I want to donate to certain charities. So of course that's gonna I feel like an intimidation method, like, okay, which one of these you gonna give to. So if y'all go to ocrA, you do the dollar one, you know what I'm saying? That's what I did, because I'm like, well damn, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of different. I ain't never had no shit like that happen. So boom. So then after they tell you about the little charities, they go and tell you your pay or whatever like that. So like, okay, cool. So in the midst of that, she was like, oh, let me just go ahead and put you on the computer. Get to the computers. I'm going to just say this. The computers are freezing up, and so it took probably like about 10-15 minutes to get the computers working, right? So mind y'all, I'm gonna just say this. Y'all know how I told y'all I was waiting for like an hour. But the reason why I was waiting an hour, because she was doing somebody else's paperwork. She was with another woman. So when I was in the office with her for like 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get to the computer till 10 o'clock, which the day before I was coming for 10 o'clock. But, mind you, you know what I'm saying? But they pay attention, you feel me? So I'm like, shit, I could have just been, the shit that I could have been here this done. But I'm like, no, I ain't tripping, this they shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let them run their shit, how they run their shit, right? So, while I'm in the office doing the little paperwork about 30 minutes, the other lady that I was waiting for her to get through, she was in the room already on the computer. So when she sat me in front of the computer, I don't see nothing but a home screen. I said, and that computer's a little bit different. I said, do you know what we're supposed to be doing? And she said, no, I'm still trying to clock in. Baby, you been in here 30 minutes. You feel me? So I said, well, let me go ask her, because shit, I really had got a little irritated, because I'm like, when I was coming for 10 o'clock last week, y'all told me it was too late, but I'm just now started. So now I'm a little irritated, because I'm like, okay, that was a bullshit. That was some control shit. You feel me? So boom. So I go get her, and then she come in. She get the other girl, working or whatever, show her what to do. And then so I'm like, she like, well, yeah, just push this and then go to here. So I'm like, cool. So y'all, we still kind of had to figure some shit, because the way it was set up, it was some 1950 shit, right? I'm just gonna keep it real. So but us, we gonna help each other, right? So boom, we in there figuring this shit out. So we get so basically you moving at your own pace. When you put somebody on the computer, they're gonna move at their own pace. And then I'm gonna just say this: if it's supposed to be 8 hours worth of shit for 2 days, it should be 8 hours worth of shit for 2 days. You feel me? Not 20 hours worth of shit and you want it done in 2 days, because you want people to like fast forward through the videos that they can, and then just guess and shit like that. Oh, it was a mess, y'all. So boom, but that's hindsight. So we get through, so we doing a little test, listening to shit like that, and every once in a while we might talk to each other, just say like, damn, this some bullshit. We both like, damn, this kind of some bullshit, because the shit was freezing up. And then y'all, we probably was like working about 30-40 minutes. All of a sudden, I need you to stop what you're doing and go upstairs. What? So in the middle of what we doing, it's like we hit some buttons and the shit finally had stopped. So we go upstairs. Upstairs, you gotta do a CPR, high maneuver, and then it's about abuse, physical, sexual, shit like that, abuse, you know what I'm saying? Which that wasn't kind of the regular DSW classes that I took, but that's a whole nother shit. We was up there about 40 damn minutes. So then we come back and we get on the computer, you know what I'm saying? It's me and her. So this about around, y'all want to say like 1:32. Why the fuck another girl come in and start her own board? What the fuck? Wait a minute. When you called me and told me you wanted me to do the background shit, well, she said she didn't need me to do that. She said it was a blank trip and we don't start the on board this late, so just come in the morning. The girl was starting the on board and shit. So in my mind, like, is y'all just playing with me or some shit? Cause I'm peeping at everything. Cause I'm like, damn, I could have been through with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. So she like, she coming there. She's like, because when you go from up there, they want you to stay to like 4 o'clock. So, which 8:30 to 4 o'clock, I think that's a little bit longer than 8 hours. I do think, but I ain't counted yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a little bit longer, cause 9 to 5 is that's 8 hours, right? So it was like 8:30 to 4. Yeah, it might be 8 hours. Anyway, y'all. So boom. So the girl, she like, what they want us doing here? She's like you supposed to start your test, like the DSW test. She said, I ain't trying to do that. Like, I thought I was just coming to do this. I'm gonna just say it was a lot of miscommunication, right? So at the end of the day, like 20 minutes, we doing shit, and then they come in and say, we need y'all to stop what you doing. We need y'all bank account. They only pay by bank account. Y'all know it's a lot of shit going on. Some people pay just nothing but checks. Some people pay on direct cards. Some people pay through bank accounts. I found that weird that it's like, now we need your bank account information. We can't pay you no other way. I said, y'all can't do a card. Now we have to have a bank account information. So anyway, that's another thing. Everybody don't have a bank account. Everybody don't want you to have their bank account information, right? So, it's ways around that. Y'all can go on Capital One site and you can make your bank account, or you can just go in your bank and get you another account if you don't want to give them your account, because I kind of felt weird about that. But anyway, they was like, we gotta have it right now. One of the girls like, I don't have mine, and then the other one did. She had hers, she finished hers, and then I didn't have mine. So I ended up coming, so I was like, you know what, I'm just finna go. It was so irritating, y'all. This is the first day. So when I got home, I was so irritated. My job, I still gotta go to my evening job. It's like 5 o'clock before I make it home. So I'm like, ooh, I'm just so irritated. I'm trying to calm myself down, because I'm like, it was a lot, y'all. So boom. So that night I was like, man, if these people don't call me, I don't think I'm gonna go back, because it was so irritating. Like, so the next morning she called me, oh, how you doing? Where you gonna come in or whatever? So I probably end up making it there about 9:30, y'all. So she called me and she was like, oh, I was trying to see if you was gonna come in to do your onboarding, because you're hired and stuff. I said, well, I figured when y'all said y'all needed my information, I ain't have it, and I had to have it in that day, or I couldn't. It was like, it's over. I figured that y'all didn't, I had got fired. I'm playing stupid. You feel me? Like they want us. No, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? You can just bring it in today, whatever, just have everything you need, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming. So I'm still like chilling, because I'm like, shit, I'll make it there when I make it there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, y'all full of bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I get there, so she called me about like 10 minutes later, and then she said something to me. I said, okay, I'm on my way. Because really, I was just going to take my time, because I'm like, first of all, y'all wasted taking y'all time. You feel me? So I get there or whatever. And we all the same, us three, pretty much there. And we get to doing the test. We do the test, you know what I'm saying? So, mind y'all, Wednesdays are usually my off day period. So, I had already had like an appointment and some stuff to do. So, I had told them, I said, Wednesday I can't come, because, I have something. Oh, well, can you come at 8 o'clock in the morning into your appointment? My appointment was for 1, y'all. So, I was like, sure. They wanted me to come for 8 o'clock until like, she was like, well, can you leave at like 12:30? No, because you know what I'm saying? First of all, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I said I can stay to 12 o'clock because I have a 1 o'clock appointment. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to tell you all I'm telling you I got an appointment. And usually, like me, y'all, if I got an appointment, I ain't too much finna do nothing. But I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to push through. So y'all made that for 9 because I'm like, I already know some bullshit with these computers. I'm not a morning person, and just dealing with that type of stuff, I know I probably would snap. So I'm like, let me just, pace myself. So I'm like, I'm finna come in, say I get there, y'all. And the computer saying I'm blocked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Talking about they need a 2-step verification. Mind you, after all these tests you be taking, they be like affirming you and shit like this. So I don't know if the computer kicked me out or they ass kicked me out in hindsight. You feel me? But anyways, right? I'm trying to pay attention to time to y'all because I got something to do in a little bit. Okay, y'all. So boom. So long story short, because I know I'm on this hiring process, but it's a message in this for like companies, right? Because you will lose a lot of workers that are able to do the job because of the setup, the 1950 setup. So y'all, I go and I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, you know what I'm saying, and it's locking me out. And then it's like you got to download something to do the 2-step verification. I'm not going to do that on that shit. So I go to the last, I don't know, you might need to reboot me in or something like that, but it's not letting me get in. Now, this 20 minutes I thought I'm fuck with this computer. Oh, just do what we did the other day, you know what I'm saying, try it. So about 10 minutes later, she come or whatever. And I still ain't got in. She just like, oh, I don't know, like, well, just try it this way, just turn it off. So I'm like, okay, y'all, I mind you, I was at that computer 40 fucking minutes, and nobody cared was I clocked in on the computer doing my work. And then all of a sudden, you didn't see nobody in the office. So I really think they went and had like a meeting. And when she left, she knew I wasn't clocked in on that computer. So I'm like, oh, they don't give a fuck. You feel me? So I was trying to think, should I wait or should I just, leave? I said, well, I'm going to give it to like 9:20. That would have been 40 minutes. And if I'm not clocked in, I'm going. 9:20 with nobody around. I got up and I left. And I said, it's not for me. But it was a reason for me to experience that. And this is when I'm finna, now we finna get into the good shit, y'all. So, I just want to say the way that they got they set up for us, like with the computers and stuff like that, y'all might need to take some, they could take some pointers from some of the lesser companies. And I'm just saying lesser companies because y'all know how companies that have been around for hundreds of years feel like, they're superior when really not catch up, boo. Because when I went to those other DSW classes, 8-hour classes, 2-hour day, that's what it was. You feel me? And it was actually stuff that I can use, and it was repeating shit. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit. This was like CNA shit that ocrA had you doing. Other than when I went to the other places, it was like how to use wheelchairs, how to use slide boards, how to use gait belts, how to the abuse part came, recognize abuse. You know what I'm saying? It was meaningful, helpful stuff. The shit, I'm like, baby, I'm not taking no CNA. Matter of fact, I was like, is they getting us certified CNA and ain't letting us know? I swear I felt like that because I'm like, what is all this medical shit? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, so I'm just going to say, if you want to start a company, you might do well with when you have to do that 16-hour, 2-day, 8-hour classes. You might want to go with the instead of giving somebody, just throwing somebody on an old ass computer just freezing up and shit, you might want to go with the having somebody teach the class so everybody can move in unity. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes better that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just throwing them in and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So the the so like with the other DSW class, I'm just gonna say, y'all, you know what I'm saying, they fed us. That's another thing. Oh, if y'all want to go take lunch, you can leave and go get something to eat. Both times, two different DSW companies, they fed us. One of the companies, they had like fixed us like finger foods, and the other companies actually just said what y'all want to eat today. So we had ate Popeyes one day, then the other day they had got us Burger King, and the other company had just fixed us stuff to eat in home. So that was another thing, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So and then it was like they were just very helpful. You know, when you got somebody teaching you, and like if you need help out, you know what I'm saying? It was just very much it went through. And only other thing that I would say about that DSW, that 8-hour, 16-hour classes, this is something that may help someone. Monday, part 1, 8 hour. Tuesday, part 2, 8 hours. Right? Wednesday, take a break. Or you might have somebody can teach part 1 at this time, part 2 at another time, right? Thursday, part 1, Friday, part 2. So if Monday, part 1, somebody, you know, do part 1 and they can't do part 2 tomorrow, guess what? They can catch it Friday. So everybody that you hired, you know what I'm saying, from Monday to Tuesday, they gonna get that shit done. Either or. They got 2 or 3 different ways to get those courses done in a week. Do you understand what I'm saying? They can do it Monday and Tuesday. They can do it Monday and Thursday. They can do it Tuesday and Friday. You get what I'm saying? Or they do it at Wednesday and all day. But most people are going to want to do the 2 days shit, right? Boom. I'm just trying to help some people out so they can get some clients. You know what I'm saying? Get some employees and shit like that and keep their clients. Yeah. Because it was a bit much. Yeah. That 1950 shit is out the door. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, sometimes because you've been along longer, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, you know, you could take steps from, you know, other people to help you keep your fucking business. Yeah. The other thing, y'all, it's like with all those different courses and stuff like that, y'all, it was like I'm probably gonna have to do a part 2 of this video, y'all, because I'm kind of on a time limit, so I'm probably gonna have to do a part 2, but I'm gonna go as far as I can, right? So the other thing, y'all, was like with the all that unnecessary stuff, you know what I'm saying? You cut that shit out. It's almost like they might be so dumb when let's just throw everything that they probably don't know in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the type of energy I felt too. It was just too much. And then the attitude, y'all. It was like the attitude of like we're upper superior and you're lower, you're inferior. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need this little change, you know, so you know you need to just kind of fall in line. It seemed very controlled, right? So y'all, it gave me the energy, y'all, because you know your girl done worked, you know what I'm saying, damn near all her life, right? It reminded me when I was working for a company and they sold it, and this didn't happen to me twice, but it never on this level. This particular company, they sold it, and it was like to some Russian people. It wasn't the Arabian people or the Indian. It was like some Russian other people, right? They had that same energy, and so this man, they kept wanting us to sign all these papers. Why? What is up with all these papers? Unnecessary papers, y'all. So, y'all know if you do, this was like when I was doing housekeeping. If you do housekeeping, it's just a general rule, universal rule. When people check out and they leave shit, and you can have it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times housekeepers, you know what I'm saying, like the guys that be working, they leave like 6 packs of beers, 24 packs of beers, or like big bags of chips or something like that. Well, you ain't taking nothing open, but if somebody, if you're a beer drinker and they leave beer, you gonna take it, right? Or either, your co-worker drink beer, you just give it to them. That keeps them from having to spend their money that they work for. But when you want to be in control, throw it away. We don't want you to have it type shit, right? But you know, it was just a lot of that. So that's just something I was just saying that was like, you know, something that they wanted to sign you, we gonna throw it away. And I was like, they doing too goddamn much. Like that's just universal. So anyway, y'all, but maybe not where they from. So they wanted me to sign some papers. I didn't want to sign the papers. I actually quit the job behind signing the papers. But the long story short, y'all, the man gonna tell me, you need to go ahead and sign these papers because you know you have to pay your car note. Bitch, it's I bought it cash, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, pay my car note? Like, that's how much they think of us. I bought it cash. And then how you figure my man might pay my car note. You know what I'm saying? But for you to say that to me, oh, you need to sign these papers because you got to pay your car note, you need your job. Babe, I quit that day. He was like, I'm not going to give you your check. I was like, you're not going to get my check. No, you need to. I said, well, I don't work here no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he had to give it to me. But that's how I ended up quitting that job, get my check. But he tried to hold my check, was talking to me crazy and everything. Baby, don't do that with me. You feel me? It's too many others understand. Even though we feel however we feel about, we better make sure we do that behind closed doors because these right here making us that money. You feel me? While we giving them change. So they got that understanding. Yeah, 2026 type shit. So yeah, y'all. So that was the attitude in this place that I decided I didn't want to, be employed at. So until they get the attitude of, you need workers need clients needs workers, we all need each other, anything else you're going to fail, and that company is failing. It was giving me lawsuit it was giving me lawsuit energy, it was giving me fine energy, it was giving it not only from the clients, from the employees probably, because like I said, it was some other type of energy in there. I'm superior, you're inferior. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it was giving, y'all. But yeah, 1950 way, you're gonna lose your business. You're gonna lose your business. I give it a year. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get some kind of good type of what you call it when they be doing fraudulent shit, you're gonna lose your motherfucking business with that the way you're handling your shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, we educated. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but they're going, I feel like they in that Make America Great 1950 shit, and you just gonna lose. It's 2026, boo. It's 2026. But yeah. And then they kept talking about fraud. If you're on your phone and you would have clicked this Medicaid fraud. If you're not, doing this, that's the glitch. It was just almost, it was just a bit much, y'all. Y'all know, I'ma just say this. Usually when people tell off, they can tell off on themselves. Trying to be too controlling, it was like you're telling off on yourself. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing in the dark will come to light. That Medicaid fraud was heavy. That's Medicaid fraud. Like, damn, what's really going on? Now I'm just saying. Your girl was seeing some lawsuits and fines. But yeah. I think I'm probably gonna have to stop right now because I am about to do something, but I just wanted to kind of it's gonna be a part 2, y'all. So if this kind of being a little bit informative to y'all, stay tuned. Let me put where I ended. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do a part 2, y'all, because I really wanna get the message out about this, because this gonna help somebody. This gonna help somebody with their company. This gonna help somebody that's trying to start a company. This gonna help somebody that does DSWCO work, CNA work, and then it's gonna help clients, people that have disability, loved ones with disability. I promise y'all, y'all gonna get some information that's gonna help y'all, maneuver and just make better decisions, because it was just a bit much, and it was like, I never felt that much type of we all felt that, but it was just like, what the fuck? Like, did I time work back to some shit? Or cause I thought it was 2026. I thought we just came into a new year, and I know I ain't experiencing no shit like this. But yeah, it was a bit much, y'all. But yeah. But on the next video, I'm gonna just hit on some stuff that I felt like was kind of demonic behavior, to be honest with you. And then also, I feel like this particular company, ocrA, is probably getting karma. And I was like, it wasn't for me to be employed. It was just for me to just read a little bit, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of, you know, tell people about themselves. But yeah, y'all, I'm definitely finna go ahead and get off. It's gonna be a part 2, and it's probably gonna be about another 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying. So if it's kind of been a little informative to y'all, you know what I'm saying, make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all hit the green dot, and then, you know, check out the video, check out part 1, and then it definitely be part 2. But I'm finna get off, y'all, because I do have a little bit, just like a little late night something, you know, that I'm doing, you know, since I done got off. So tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, sometime or whatever, I'll probably pop on and do the next one, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, y'all stand tuned. I'm telling you, it's going to be very informative to you if you are in this type of work. But anyway, y'all have a great night. Your girl finna get off, you know what I'm saying. Until next time, bye.